Geometry Dash. It's a popular game among youth. I mean, the people I know in real life play it, the people in my Discord server play it, and the kids that I babysit play it. But what's so fun about a jumping square? I see the kids I babysit in 1 week, so I'm putting myself up to be at least 7 levels in 7 days. See, even the biggest Geometry Dash nerd I know believes in me. But I'm not going to pay $3.99 for a game that I'm only going to play for a video, so I'm getting the light version. Don't yell at me in the comments, please. Hi, editing aid here. I kind of forgot this video existed, so I haven't really edited in a while. So, yeah, this video was supposed to come out like 2 weeks ago, but I completely forgot about it. I was debating whether or not I should do this on my computer, but then I was like, my computer's really laggy. So I didn't do that. So, yeah, mobile. The goal is to do 7 levels by the end of the week. Now would probably be a good time to mention that I've only ever beaten 1 level, which is Stereo Madness, on practice mode. So yeah, that's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna put on my headphones, but then I don't have a mic that sounds really good, so I can hear the audio and maybe play audio cued version. So yeah. Spoiler alert, this game actually is way easier with audio than it is without, so I'm just voicing over most of the clips now. Alright, so this is me starting voicing over, and although it does say attempt 1, it's more like attempt 100. It's just, I played it differently. So, wow, I did not write a script. I probably should have written a script now that I'm thinking about it. Well, too late to regret that decision now. Anyways, I was flying, and I finally made it past the flying part for, like, the 3rd time ever with the audio. So I'm like, yes, this means... Well, that was rather unfortunate, but we push on. So I pushed on, like I literally just said, and I actually made it past that, but then... I immediately died after, but I learned from my mistakes and I persevered. I think that's the word. And I proceeded onwards, and look at me go. Whoa, I'm totally pro, trust. And then I accidentally did that. I did not even want the coin. That was an accident. And then I got back there. Instead of accidentally taking the coin, I actually did the way without taking the coin. And I continued. Sigh. Yeah, this is me That was just embarrassing. Anyways, this is just me improvising the script right off the bat. I do not know why I select. The amount of times I die in an embarrassing way is insane. Anyway, so then I did all this, and yeah, this is just me trying to improvise a script from random clips I selected, and I don't remember why I selected these clips. But yeah, I tried a lot until this happened. I have never hated squares that jump that much until just now. I never want to hear that music again. That was Path Fade. Editing is back here, and I decided to try the next level. Yeah, it was difficult for me, to say the least. I think I just have a massive skill issue in this game. And to show you my massive skill issue, I thought maybe we should do a dying montage. And then I remembered practice mode exists, so I decided to do that. And somehow, after only 25 attempts, I beat second level on practice mode. And then my OCD made me do it with the first level. No, I do not know the names of the levels. I just know this one's called Stereo Madness. And also, I tried the upside down level. Holy heck, I hate the upside down level so much. But then I came up with this random theory. I have a theory about this game. So, you see how there's like a tiny square inside of the big square? Well, I think the big square is just hiding behind something, and then the skins are just costumes to hide behind. And what does square begin with? S. And what does triangles begin with? T. What else begins with the S and T that are related? Students and teachers. And behind the square, there's like these chunks coming out, which are poop. And when I do that, I fart into the sky. So my theory is that this game is about a student who needs to use the bathroom so badly that they see everything as shapes. And because they see everything as shapes, they have to go through these various levels to get to the bathroom. Every time a teacher catches them, they have to go back to the classroom they were in, and they have to restart the entire journey to the bathroom because their teacher won't let them use the bathroom. It's a good theory, right? On this day, I learned how to change how my skin looks, or whatever you call it, and I decided to try Back on Track again. And while playing, I did some whoopsie-daisy dally deaths. But then I eventually learned from my mistakes, and I was able to actually get through the portal. And look at me fly, wee, this was actually so much fun. And the moment I get past the portal, I die. So I do it again. But I only make it a little bit farther. And then I try again and fail. But I eventually get a new best, which I guess is pretty good. And then I get off topic and I decide to try other levels. For example, this one is Poltergeist. I think that's how you pronounce it. And then I decide to work backwards for some reason. And I just start doing every level backwards. And when I say every level, I mean every single level. I did not leave one level undone. I had to do at least 1%. And yeah, it kind of drove me a little insane because of the difficulty for me. And I was told by the kids I babysit that this I could spam jump, which did work out until it just didn't. And yeah, I just tried all these other levels. I don't know what else to say. Eventually, I went back to the second level and I beat it on practice mode. Yay! So I decided to try it on normal mode, and this is what happened. Then I tried one more time and only got 1% higher than last time. But then, right when I was about to give up, this happened. So, I might have forgotten to play this day because I was going through some really personal things, so... After beating the second level, I went on to the third level, which I do not know how to pronounce this name. I think it's Poltergeist. And I beat it on practice mode after only 40 attempts. So then I tried it for realsies, and can I just say, I love this. Like, this flying part. I love it. And then I make one fatal move and the run's over, but again, you best. So I decided to try on practice mode again. And then I go back to playing it for real. And I make a stupid mistake. I get mad, I rage quit. Well, I didn't get mad. But I moved on to the next level because I was frustrated, which I guess is technically still mad. Anyways, I was doing pretty good on this next level until that. And I just did whatever this was. Yeah. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going back to that one level. The kids that I babysit said I could spam jump. So, yeah, I did that over and over again. Yeah, you can't actually spam jump theory of everything, fun fact. And then I remembered this one level from day 2 that I really enjoyed. Not because it was easy, but because of its visuals. So, yeah, I did that. This was torture, even on practice mode. It was very, very torturous. And I eventually ended up just giving up. And I went to Can't Let Go, which at the time I didn't know. This is one of the kids I babysit's favorite level. And golly, was this hard. It was a living nightmare. But either way, I made it to this special area where it was like pitch black. And I kept on accidentally grabbing the coin. Eventually, I went back to Poltergeist, or however you say it, and I couldn't beat it, so I went back on practice mode. To be honest, I was honestly starting to lose a lot of hope during this segment, but then I thought of a loophole. And to prove I am really good at coming up with loopholes, as my friend says. So my loophole is, there are 2 versions of every level, a practice mode and a normal mode. But technically, beating the practice mode is beating the level. And I do apologize because I know you guys didn't want to see this. You wanted me to see me beat it on normal mode. So if this video does well in terms of likes and views, I will do a part 2 of me beating these levels in normal mode, which will be torture. With this newfound loophole, there was newfound determination. So I hopped into base after base, and I started playing it on practice mode. And, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, I died a few times, but eventually I did pretty well, I think. I mean, I beat it at the very end, so yeah. And then I learned you can change the color of your character. So I went for whatever color palette this was, and I decided to continue on Can't Let Go on practice mode once again, and I beat it! Yay! And then I moved on to the next level, which was Jumper. And can I just say, this kind of reminds me of Flappy Bird. Like, this entire segment, and then this part, I'm not sure what it reminds me of. But I hate the upside down so much. And this part reminds me of that Mario Bullet guy who tries to shoot at you. Also, I really am a fan of the rainbow background. But yeah, this reminded me of the Mario thing. And obviously had to end with a thing that reminded me of Flappy Bird, because it just wants me to think of Flappy Bird. While I did find the practice mode loophole, I still wanted to beat Polargeist on normal mode, and that failed. So I decided to try Electrodynamics, which I thought looked pretty cool when I tried it the first time. So I decided, why not do this on practice mode? This was a big mistake. This level was so hard. Oh my lord. I never want to do this level ever again. Whoever gave me free will to pick whatever levels I wanted to play, please get rid of it. Also, I really like this dome guy, I guess. I don't really know what to call it. But, yeah, like, look at it. I struggled so much with this level. I actually wanted to quit so bad. And I also like the saw thing for some reason. I don't know why. I just find it fun. After 455 attempts, I finally beat it on practice mode. Okay, it's the final day of recording. I got my goal of 7 Geometry Dash levels beaten, actually 8, because of the loophole I found, but I still haven't beaten Polargeist. So that's what I did for most of this day, if not all of this day. And I died in the most embarrassing ways. And when I thought I was having it, like, look at me, I'm doing so good. I died in the most embarrassing ways possible, over and over and over again, to the point where I thought this was a rage game, which I later learned this is not just a shapes and beats game, it's also a rage game, which is actually kind of annoying. But then I had this really good take. With a new best, I had newfound confidence, but also annoyance. So I decided, if I can't get it in the next try, I am going to rage quit and explode into a million pieces.